What if the ancient world's most breathtaking structures weren't just monuments to gods, but complex keys to unlocking the very code of humanity? Imagine these temples as more than relics of the past, but as sophisticated machines with a hidden function related to your own untapped potential. This isn't just about history, it's about rewriting your future. If we could tap into the full potential of our DNA, we could unlock cognitive abilities, heightened intuition, and accelerated healing, possibilities far beyond what we currently believe are possible. Are you ready to challenge everything you thought you knew about your own genetic inheritance and reclaim the power that is rightfully yours? For decades, science has relegated vast portions of our DNA to the category of junk, dismissing them as irrelevant leftovers of evolution. But what if this so-called junk DNA is actually a treasure map, a library of dormant code awaiting activation through a forgotten science? What if the magnificent temples of antiquity, from the pyramids of Giza to the intricate complexes of Mesoamerica, were designed with precise geometric proportions to act as resonating chambers, amplifying specific frequencies that could directly affect cellular activity and awaken these dormant potentials? In today's world, we are bombarded by electromagnetic frequencies and environmental toxins that actively suppress our DNA's natural expression, effectively stifling our innate abilities. But what if the ancients possessed the knowledge to counteract these effects, creating pristine environments and powerful practices that amplified human potential? We've been taught to view DNA as a fixed blueprint, a static set of instructions that dictates our fate. But what if DNA is, in reality, a dynamic antenna, constantly receiving and transmitting information, capable of being influenced and reprogrammed by our thoughts, emotions, and our surrounding environments? What if it is both a receiver and a transmitter, finely tuned to the subtle energies of the universe? To truly understand how these temples may have influenced DNA, we need to delve into the foundational principles that the ancients understood, namely sacred geometry, the universal language of creation, cymatics, the science of how sound creates form, and scalar energy, the subtle energy field that permeates all of existence. Just as the layout of ancient temples reflect cosmic patterns, so too may the structure of our DNA mirror the fundamental principles of the universe. Could this connection be the key to unlocking our hidden potential? Imagine your DNA is not merely a biological blueprint, but also an antenna, constantly receiving and transmitting information to and from the quantum field. This understanding bridges modern science with ancient wisdom, revealing a potential path to personal and spiritual empowerment that could change everything you think you know. If ancient civilizations truly possess the key to unlocking our full genetic potential, why has this knowledge been lost or suppressed? Who stood to gain from humanity remaining in a state of limited awareness? Was this knowledge lost due to catastrophic events, such as the destruction of the Library of Alexandria, or was it deliberately suppressed by those seeking to control humanity's evolution? As we continue, we must ask ourselves, could there be forces at play that benefit from humanity not knowing how to unlock and enhance their DNA expression? This is the question we must explore to reclaim our power and rewrite our genetic destiny. These answers may surprise you as they hint at a deeper truth about our history and our potential. And as we delve deeper, you'll begin to notice striking parallels between the designs of ancient temples and modern technological innovations, suggesting a shared understanding of the fundamental principles of energy and consciousness. Get ready to explore how we can reclaim our own potential. Let's now journey into the heart of ancient temples, not as passive observers, but as active investigators seeking to decipher their intended purpose. These weren't simply places of worship, but sophisticated bioenergetic devices, meticulously crafted to interact with human consciousness and even directly influence our DNA. Consider the Great Pyramid of Giza, a structure so precise in its geometry that it aligns with the cardinal directions with unparalleled accuracy. and its angles precisely reflect those found in various chemical compounds. Could this be merely coincidental, or was it deliberately designed using the universal language of sacred geometry to create a powerful resonant chamber, which in turn could have influenced the electromagnetic field of the Earth and initiated certain activations within the human body? The pyramids may have been positioned in specific spots to be in connection with the planet's magnetic fields and to amplify the Earth's inherent energy. Consider the architectural layout of Angkor Wat, a sprawling complex in Cambodia. Its design mirrors the cyclical nature of the cosmos and the inherent connection to the stars, specifically built to harness and amplify the Earth's inherent energy and connection with the cosmos. The temple's intricate carvings and strategically placed water features may not just be aesthetically pleasing. They may be deliberate attempts to use the science of cymatics to influence brainwave entrainment and psychological states, which may be connected to unlocking and activating specific powers or parts of the human DNA. Within the temple walls, elaborate rituals may have been performed, utilizing the temple's acoustics to create specific vibrations known to affect consciousness. Looking closer at both temple architecture and DNA, one can see patterns found throughout, both in the form of the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio mathematical constants that appear ubiquitously in nature. In temple architecture, the dimensions of chambers, the placement of columns, and the overall layout often adhere to these proportions, and the same ratios govern the spirals of the DNA double helix. This isn't just an artistic choice, it suggests a deeper connection between the universe and human biology. By understanding this connection, we can begin to understand how to tap into these mathematical constants to influence and activate certain abilities within ourselves by being aware of their presence. The ancients also understood the power of ley lines, invisible lines that crisscross the Earth, acting as conduits for electromagnetic energy. Ancient cultures strategically placed temples and sacred sites along these lines to amplify their inherent powers, harnessing the planet's energy to alter consciousness. Machu Picchu, nestled high in the Andes Mountains, is one such example. Its location at the intersection of several ley lines amplifies the Earth's natural energies, creating a powerful vortex of subtle energy that can profoundly impact human consciousness and open a pathway to tapping into one's DNA. Understanding this energetic grid is fundamental to unlocking the mysteries of ancient temples and their potential to awaken dormant aspects of human DNA. Now let's shift our focus from the physical structures to the very blueprint of life itself, DNA. We've been conditioned to perceive DNA as a static blueprint, an immutable set of instructions that dictates our fate. But what if that wasn't the case? What if DNA is not merely a blueprint, but an antenna, constantly receiving and transmitting information from the quantum field, as new research is beginning to suggest? This perspective challenges the established scientific view and opens up a world of possibilities. Through the concept of quantum entanglement, we know that subatomic particles can be linked in such a way that they share the same fate, regardless of the distance separating them. If our DNA is acting as an antenna, then our very consciousness is intrinsically linked to reality itself. For years, a significant portion of our DNA has been labeled as junk DNA, written off as non-coding regions with no apparent function. But this idea is now being challenged by the ancient knowledge that tells us that everything has a purpose. Researchers are now exploring the potential functions of these non-coding regions and are discovering that they may play a critical role in gene regulation, cellular differentiation, and even higher cognitive functions. Could these regions be dormant code awaiting activation, holding the key to untapped genetic potential? Could the ancients have known how to access and activate these regions through sound, light, or other subtle energy modalities? Could understanding these junk regions be the key to unlocking the secrets of our past and the potential of our future? The power of sound to influence matter is a well-established scientific principle, and the use of solfeggio frequencies in ancient practices suggests a deep understanding of this principle. These specific tones, believed to have been used in ancient chants and rituals, are said to have the ability to resonate with DNA and influence its expression, opening gates to different parts of consciousness and unlocking specific information. For example, exposing water to specific sound frequencies can create beautiful geometric patterns, demonstrating the power of sound to structure matter. Could specific mantras or binaural beats act similarly on DNA, altering its structure and unlocking hidden abilities? Genetics and epigenetics are also intimately intertwined, with epigenetics acting as a bridge between our genes and the environment. Our experiences, emotions, and even our thoughts can alter gene expression without changing the underlying DNA sequence. This means that our lifestyles and habits can directly impact our inherited genetic traits and expressions. Ancient rituals, passed down through generations, may have served as powerful epigenetic tools, influencing the health, longevity, and even the cognitive abilities of entire populations. When looking at various ancient rituals and meditative practices found in ancient traditions, a link can be seen to modern epigenetics, hinting at the deeper powers one can unlock through understanding. Now, let's explore how specific ancient ritual practices could have directly impacted epigenetic expression, influencing genetic inheritance across generations. Meditation practices used by monks for centuries, shamanic trance techniques employed by indigenous cultures, and sacred dance rituals performed in temples around the world all may have served as powerful tools for shaping DNA expression. These practices, often involving specific postures, breathing techniques, and mental states, could have altered the epigenetic markers on DNA, influencing which genes are turned on or off, and ultimately shaping the physical, mental, and spiritual characteristics of future generations. The power of intention and emotion in shaping DNA expression cannot be overstated. Our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are not just abstract mental states. They are tangible energies that can directly influence our biology. Researchers have explored the connection between human emotion, DNA, and heart coherence, demonstrating that positive emotions like love and gratitude can create coherent patterns in heart rhythms, which in turn can positively influence DNA structure and expression. Techniques like heart-centered meditation, visualization, and affirmations can be used to induce coherent states, empowering individuals to take control of their genetic destiny. Ancient symbols and mantras also held immense psychospiritual power. The etymology of ancient words often reveals hidden layers of meaning, connecting them to specific energies and concepts. For instance, the Sanskrit mantra Om is believed to represent the sound of creation, resonating with the fundamental frequency of the universe. Reciting this mantra or other ancient words from separate cultures can create a powerful vibration within the body, harmonizing the mind, body, and spirit, which may lead to specific activations. The language itself has power that can shift consciousness. Consider the impact of modern stressors and environmental factors on DNA expression, as those external factors, like electromagnetic frequencies and environmental toxins, are modern blocks to naturally occurring DNA activation. The ancients were keenly aware of the importance of pristine environments, constructing temples far away from sources of pollution and electromagnetic interference. By recreating these conditions in our own lives, we can counteract the negative effects of modern stressors and unlock our full genetic potential. Could it be possible that this knowledge has been deliberately suppressed, and that some forces may benefit from keeping humanity in a state of limited awareness? History is rife with examples of knowledge suppression, from the burning of the Library of Alexandria to the persecution of scientists and philosophers who challenged conventional wisdom. Secret societies and mystery schools, such as the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, Rosicrucians, or Knights Templar, may have preserved this ancient knowledge through the ages, safeguarding it from those who would seek to control it. Corporations, governments, or other powerful entities may be profiting from the suppression of alternative technologies and healing modalities that could empower individuals to take control of their health and well-being. Could it be that they are threatened by humanity's potential? Orgone generators and scalar wave technologies may also have been used by ancient societies, tapping into a universal power source for the benefit of mankind. These technologies, which are now being rediscovered by modern researchers, are said to harness the subtle energies of the universe, creating healing environments and amplifying human potential. Modern science is currently in the pursuit of zero-point energy, and ancient cultures may have already had a grasp on this concept. Is this why orgone generators have become more commonplace in society? Delving even further, let's consider the ancient texts that discuss alternate realities and timelines. The Akashic Records, a vast cosmic library containing the history of everything that has ever happened, and the many lives theory, are concepts tied to ancient knowledge. If humans can tap into other versions of themselves, utilizing their skills and abilities through DNA alteration, then it would be possible to learn and access information and skills that were not naturally present within our own selves. Through understanding how to read alternate timelines, one may find an alternate version of themselves that excels in a field that they wish to pursue, and with a greater understanding of DNA alteration, be able to shift their own consciousness into alignment with this other self. The multiverse theory, although popularized by modern science, is actually rooted in multiple ancient cultures and can be found in texts such as the Vedas and the Kybalion. The idea of quantum immortality is connected to the multiverse, suggesting that consciousness continues to exist in alternate realities even after physical death. If this is true, then DNA alteration may offer a pathway to explore these alternate realities and tap into the vast potential of the multiverse. In conclusion, spirit science is intertwined with material science, and dark energy and dark matter are just terms given to what ancient cultures considered spirits and the forces from other dimensions. By understanding the law of correspondence from the Kybalion, as above, so below, we can begin to see the connection between the microcosm of human DNA and the macrocosm of the universe. Now, are you ready to discover the specific techniques that you can use to access higher states of consciousness and unlock your hidden DNA potential? In the next section, we'll delve into the practices of meditation, visualization, and sound healing, revealing how they can be used to make transformations and unlock new levels of awareness. Let's synthesize the core revelations we've explored. Ancient temples were not merely religious structures, but intricately designed bioenergetic devices, purposed to interact with human DNA using principles of sacred geometry, cymatics, and specific ritual practices. The so-called junk DNA is no longer seen as biological waste, but rather as dormant genetic code awaiting activation through the intentional use of these ancient but highly advanced modalities. Temples were intentionally designed as resonant chambers and energetic portals, strategically located on ley lines and built with precise geometric proportions to harness and amplify the Earth's natural energies, all for the intended purpose of influencing human consciousness at the deepest levels. Remember that ancient problem we discussed, the suppression of our DNA's full potential due to detrimental environmental factors and destructive lifestyle choices. The solutions lie in those time-honored, ancient-inspired practices. By integrating tools such as meditation, sound healing, and consciously creating harmonious environments, we can actively combat modern stressors and unlock the dormant powers encoded within our very DNA. Imagine transforming your living space into a personal temple, using geometric arrangements and calming sounds to promote inner peace and cellular regeneration. It is possible to use what the ancients knew to empower oneself to reach higher levels of connection. The layout of ancient temples, the structure of DNA, and the fundamental principles governing the universe are all intricately linked. The microcosm reflects the macrocosm. Visualize a fractal pattern, infinitely repeating itself from the grand scale of galaxies to the minute structure of DNA. This pattern, resonating through all levels of creation, reminds us that within each of us lies the potential to tap into the same universal energies that shaped the cosmos. This is not just a metaphor, it is a fundamental truth waiting to be experienced, and the ancient temples can be seen as a map to unlock it. It is time to recognize that modern science is now validating the long-held secrets of ancient esoteric wisdom, offering tangible evidence that changes the reality that humans experience daily. Consider the observer effect in quantum physics, where the very act of observation influences the behavior of particles. This aligns perfectly with the ancient understanding that consciousness shapes reality. Quantum entanglement further shows us how connected everything is, which has been known by ancient cultures for generations. By recognizing this interconnectedness, we can intentionally direct our consciousness to create a more empowered and fulfilling life, thus leading to a greater understanding of our capabilities. Unlocking the dormant potential within our DNA opens the door to enhanced cognitive abilities, heightened intuition, accelerated healing, and an overall sense of profound well-being. This is about reclaiming our full human potential and drastically expanding our understanding of what we, as humans, are truly capable of achieving. Stop thinking of DNA as a static blueprint. See it as a dynamic antenna, constantly receiving and transmitting information from the quantum field, ready to be fine-tuned and optimized. By understanding that this is an antenna, one can begin to develop the skills necessary to wield its power. This individual DNA activation is not just a personal journey, it is a vital step in the collective evolution of humanity. By consciously participating in this process, we can help humanity ascend to a higher state of consciousness and finally shift the course of our collective destiny. Imagine a future where humanity has awakened to its full potential, living in harmony with nature and each other, empowered by the knowledge encoded within our very beings. The only thing preventing this reality is awareness and action. Now, I know some of you may still harbor skepticism or doubts, and that is completely understandable. I urge you to remain open-minded, explore these concepts for yourselves, and question everything. Remember, the scientific landscape is constantly evolving. What was once considered impossible can very quickly become the new reality. Do not let preconceived notions limit your potential. Instead, use your discernment and let your own experiences guide you. Remember, you hold the power to choose your own reality and to shape your own genetic destiny, no matter what your current circumstances may be. Your beliefs, your intentions, and your emotions can directly influence your DNA expression and ultimately the entire trajectory of your life experience. You are not a victim of your genes, you are the master of your genetic destiny. So let's finally answer those initial questions we posed. What was the true purpose of ancient temples, and why was this knowledge suppressed? The answer, in its simplest form, is this. The knowledge was strategically suppressed to limit humanity's awareness of its own immense powers. By keeping us disconnected from our DNA's full potential, certain forces may have sought to maintain control. But the time for that control is over. Humanity is now awakening, reclaiming its power, and remembering the ancient wisdom that has been hidden for far too long. You may still be asking yourself, is it safe to engage in these DNA activation techniques? Can these powers really be accessed? These techniques are founded upon natural principles and can be safely practiced with intention and awareness. Approach this journey with reverence, listen to your intuition, and trust your own inner guidance. You will find that the path to unlocking your full potential is paved with self-discovery and empowerment. I urge you to trust your own intuition and inner guidance as you explore these concepts and practices. Do not blindly trust any guru, expert, or any single source of information. The ultimate authority lies within yourself, and your personal experience will always be your greatest teacher. Listen to your inner voice, experiment with these techniques, and discover the unique path that resonates with your own soul. As we come to a close, let us embrace a final message of hope and unwavering optimism. The potential for a brighter future is within our reach, a future where humanity embraces ancient wisdom, unlocks its full potential, and creates a world of harmony, abundance, and limitless possibilities. This future is not a distant dream, it is a tangible reality waiting to be co-created. In our next video, we will delve even deeper into specific techniques for DNA activation, explore the mysteries of alternate dimensions, and further uncover the suppressed technologies that could transform our world. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss out on the latest revelations. But for now, consider this. What other ancient technologies have been lost or deliberately suppressed? How can we actively create a more conscious and sustainable future for generations to come? These are the questions that will guide us as we continue this journey together. Now, I invite you to share your own experiences, insights, and questions in the comments section below. Let us create a community of conscious explorers, supporting each other on this path of self-discovery and collective awakening. Share your stories of transformation, your questions about DNA activation, and your visions for a brighter future. And finally, remember this: unlock your DNA, unlock your destiny. Unlock your DNA, unlock your destiny. Go forth, embrace your full potential, and create the reality you were always meant to live. Like, share, and follow to continue on this journey of unlocking the full human